Hey ladies, it's me Karina, and wow, look at how absolutely gorgeous this day is. I mean, there is just so much to be thankful for. This wonderful sunset and this productive day, despite the fact that it's the weekend, really got me thinking. You know, it's the beginning of a new decade, and many of us really want to change our lives for the better. And I was literally in this exact same spot when I was working and didn't have my own business, and then I just realized that all it took is for my mentality to change and to shift just a little bit, and then all the things I wanted began coming into my life. I mean, I never thought that I would be running my own business, doing what I want, and not really having to worry about working under somebody. But that all happened in transforming your life, my life, no matter what you want to do in life. It's really all about the mindset. Wow, I'm just like really captivated by this amazing sunset. Look how beautiful. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of share with you what I did exactly to pretty much get me in my dream life. Obviously not 100% my dream life, because we're always changing and adapting, but the steps that are getting me closer every single day. And I've always wanted to be in this type of position, and I didn't know what would get me there, but I realized it was just a shift in mentality. And I want to share with you exactly what I did and how you can improve yourself for 2020 and really make it your dream year, or the beginning to your dream life. And since the sun is setting and it's getting darker in here, I'm actually gonna go and jump into my setup so you can see me clearly and break down all the factors. Hello, my beautiful lady, and welcome to the start of the new decade of 2020. This video is going to be about how to completely transform yourself and begin a year that could very well lead to the best years of your life. And I'm going to be giving you some actionable steps that I personally like to take, and just some real and honest tough love advice, because honestly, the reason I'm making this channel is to empower women, is to support women, is to make sure that they are the best version of themselves, and to really promote that idea. And while there is 2020 and all these New Year's resolutions keep rolling in, the statistics say that most of them do end by February, sometimes mid-February. And let's see, I have definitely had a few of those back in the years, but it's when you shift your mentality a little bit as you realize that the start of the new year's really means nothing, and that you can transform your life if you're watching this video in March, if you're watching it in December of 2020, if you are watching it in any month, any day, any time, because life is all about mentality. And by the way, before I move on to the rest of this video, do subscribe to this channel. I post videos very frequently on here, and they're all about money, women, and power, and to make sure that you are the best version of yourself. So do subscribe and click the notification bell for updates. And my name is Karina if you are first time here. So anyways, I take life quite seriously. Actually, I don't take general life very seriously, but I take my vision in life very seriously. And that's kind of why I'm on the path that I am today. So my story is I was in the medical field. I was a very hard worker at school and pretty much anywhere that I was involved in. You know, I was in extracurricular activities. I studied really well, really hard, went to college, university, majored in biology, did all of the hard effort, right? So I know how it is to really grind it out and have a very difficult situation. Nothing I have in my life was ever given to me, and that really built up a lot of stamina and a lot of kind of personality, right? So I've done a few things to get me along the line. So I realized that the profession I was on wasn't really getting me anywhere. I would see people exhausted and sleep deprived and in debt, and literally a resident, which is after you graduate med school, you get a residency before you're actually allowed to like practice on your own. And he told me, I asked him, why are you doing this? And he literally said, because it's too late to go back. That to me was crazy. And I just got all this advice from people, right? And I realized that my values didn't align with what I was doing in life. And that's kind of what I want to tell you today as well, is where are your values, what are your dreams, and are they aligning with your actions? So this is what I meant when I say I take my life and my vision seriously. I was very serious about what I wanted, which essentially is freedom in my life. I wanted to build a family. I wanted the opportunity to travel the world. I wanted basically full control of my time, and I realized that I respect the medical field more than you know, because I was in it. I saw all the harsh truth of it, but it just didn't align with what I wanted to do. I wanted to impact people in a big way, and while that does that is also at a sacrifice to yourself, and I wanted to have a pleasing life for myself, and I could see that those core principles and the actions I would have to do for the next years of my life just didn't align with that. So I was looking for other opportunities, and this is how my whole entire transformation began, because I always had a vision for bigger things for my life, as literally my entire life, as much as I remember, and I always held on to that piece of mentality my entire life. So I've applied some principles, some tangible things that I'm going to share with you today that I do on the daily, and I really do believe that they help me transform my life to where now I am. I run my own businesses. I pretty much have full control of my time. I'm building something. I'm helping people. If you aren't subscribed to my first channel on YouTube, it's about Amazon FBA. So that's the business I run, where I teach people how to build brands online and essentially use and leverage the Amazon platform to sell those products. And it's a really great business model. If you're an entrepreneur or looking into a business model, just check out that other channel. But that's something kind of I wanted to do. So how I came onto this is that, you know, I, through several ways, I just got led to that, and it's everything I've ever wanted, right? The things I'm doing now is everything I ever wanted. So we're not going to get into my full life story here today. Maybe I'll make a whole nother video about that. But what I was saying is you have to keep your goals in mind. And one of the most simple things I could say to you is really break the year down into 4 parts. Okay, so have your vision. What am I doing? Where am I going? And are the actions that I'm doing today taking me towards that goal? And that is very important. Okay, so you break your year up into 4 sections, right? 3 months each, and you make goals within those 3 months. You take on a few projects, let's say 5, you have 5 goals, and you say, I'm not going to deviate from these 5 goals because these are the main things that I'm trying to accomplish within these 3 months. And then you obviously have your yearly goals, which is what you want to accomplish at the end of the year. So you really break it down, and what are the core things that you are working on these 3 months, and anything else that spills into your life, you just push it out because you are really focusing on those 5 things right here, right now. Okay, so getting the things you want to do, whether it's, you know, you want a freedom of life, you want to start your own business, you want complete, you know, literally freedom, money freedom, time freedom, you want to travel, everything, because I've wanted all of those things and I got all of those things, and it's just amazing how everything works. And I'm really into just having a really positive mindset around what you want to do, and I really think that brings a lot to you. So that doesn't come easily, right? Again, this channel is for bettering themselves, and I do want to give out some tough love, okay? A lot of people, and it's really sad and heartbreaking, are just passing time, okay? They're making plans with other people just because they don't have plans on Thursday evening or Friday evening or Saturday night. They just don't have plans. They don't have lunch plans. So they're going to make plans with somebody to kind of fill in those gaps. And people do what they need to do Monday through Friday so they can have Saturday and Sunday free to relax, to do whatever they want to do. And again, they just fill in those time gaps with things. And that's a really big mistake that you're probably making right now. Just because they're your acquaintance and your friend does not mean you have to see them, okay? Let's look at the big vision of life. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you just kind of sitting there and letting life flow by? And I have so many acquaintances that do this, and like my whole entire life, I lost a lot of friendships because they didn't see my vision, right? And it's interesting now because the circles I'm around now, they understand why I can't hang out. They understand why like time is so precious, but people of a different mindset just don't understand that. They think that if you don't make plans with them every single week, like you don't value their friendship. But in reality, it's like you're trying to build something bigger than yourself. You're trying to achieve all your goals, and that means sacrificing time. That means taking it away from some acquaintances. And I understand you need to have friends, you need to have those close people that support you, but you can't be giving away your time to everybody, to your girlfriends or your boyfriends, whatever, dating. You just cannot be every single time gap. You have to be filling it up with other people, or just some habits that people have. You know, these again, to each their own, but honestly, a lot of these things bring people down. The binge watching TV shows or movies all day, or just, you know, spending time just going to the beach and laying out and tanning for like 10 hours, which by the way is very dangerous for your skin and it's not good for aging. So don't be out there tanning, okay? Maybe that's its own separate video, but seriously, don't tan, okay? It's really, really bad for your skin and causes cancer too, so just don't tan. But they do that. There's drinking problems, not even drinking problems that people don't even call drinking problems, that apparently it's okay to have a drink or a few every single night. I'm not sure how that's healthy. It's not. The whole point is to be the best version of yourself. And if you are constantly out there partying and just hanging out, literally, if you're just hanging out, you're not going to achieve those goals. Whatever you're doing right now, and as fun as it seems, you're just in a different mental state. And I promise you, once you really look at things, depending on what your goals are, if you want wealth, if you want to level up and just be the best version of you, you have to realize that doing those things is not going to get you there. I promise you. I am in good circles. I know what people of that caliber do, and they don't do those things. Maybe occasionally, but not as often as you think. They are working. They are very cautious about the people that they surround themselves with. That is what I'm saying. Just because an acquaintance is in town does not mean you have to see them. You can stay home and work on your business. You can work on whatever you are trying to achieve. You can stay home and even read and expand yourself. You don't have to go to happy hour. And that's really, honestly, it's probably one of the best advices that I could give you. And I was never one to do that. And I'm so grateful that, you know, I was kind of, you know, raised in that way and just didn't really find interest in those types of activities. They would just honestly bore me, because I always thought like I could be doing something. When I was in school, it would be school. When I have my own business, it's like I would rather be, unless it's like I love the person and it's my family, and even my family, like they understand I'm trying to build something better. That's what I'm focused on, because you can reap the benefits 100 times more once you are an accomplished woman. And that's what I'm preaching, okay? There's just too much around, and please don't be that girl in 2020, okay? Don't be the girl that's just taking Instagram selfies. Oh my gosh, the amount of times I see this, and it does break my heart, because I said I'm in full support of women, and I just think that women have such a bad rep because of a few certain individuals, and we're just looked down upon. The society isn't going in a direction that favors women, and I don't think these things are helping. Just to be a pretty face that puts the filter on and makes weird faces at the camera and just posts selfies and takes, I don't understand the purpose of like Instagram videos where people just literally look at the camera on the Instagram stories and just kind of like twist their head, and it's just like, it's a little bit vain, and it doesn't really add value to people, okay? And I'm all about adding value, okay? That's what I think you should be doing. I don't care what you're an expert in, or if you're not an expert, there is a way that you can add value, and it's not by looking at the camera with a filter, okay? So there's sacrifices you have to make. There's toxic people you have to put out of your life, whether it's friends. Yes, your friends. Sometimes they seem like your friend, but really the gossiping and the negative energy and just pointless conversations, trust me, they are bringing down your vibration. They're bringing down your frequency. They are not allowing for good things to come into your life. And I know it's hard, but getting rid of toxic, negative people, whether it's friends, whether it's relationships, you have to really value yourself and understand that whatever you have now might not be the best that you're going to get. So if you are being mistreated, realize that there's so much more. But if and only if you actually take the steps to become a better woman, to become a better female, and you have to do it. Trust me, you really have to do it. You do not want to be one of those girls. You really don't want to be. And no matter what position you are in, you can improve. So let's get into the actual steps that you can take, okay? There's so many different directions this can go, whatever you're focused on. If you are focused on school, if you are entrepreneurial like myself and you're looking into starting a business, if you are a homemaker, maybe you are a stay-at-home mom, it's any direction. Everyone has goals things they want to achieve, but just really think, what am I doing today, and are those decisions bringing me closer to those goals? Are the things I'm saying yes to supporting those goals? Because every time I say yes, I'm either with my goal or I'm in opposition with my goal. And every time I'm with opposition to my goal and I break down my character and I let other people kind of have a say in my life that way, in a negative way, I'm never going to become the best version of me. I'm never going to transform myself, not this year, not next year, not in any other year. So you really cannot be naive in these things, and you really have to see if you want to be a strong woman that deserves good things, that want good things to come into your life. They're not just going to come there. You have to be that person before the things start coming in. You cannot just float around. You cannot just party around and just think that everything is going to work out, because trust me, it's not, and you're not going to end up in the best situation. So how do you really move your life forward, right? You set your goals for the year, and like I said, quarterly goals for the next 3 months. What are you going to be focused upon? And don't worry if you really don't know where to start. I didn't know where I started when I began my online business. I mean, I literally had no experience, but now that's literally all I do. I've started several online businesses, and that's where my main focus is going. And I'm telling you, I literally knew zero. So it doesn't, what I'm trying to say is that the how doesn't matter as much as the why matters. So why are you doing this goal, right? Why do I want this in my life? How, that's okay. You're gonna figure that out if your why is strong enough. Start educating yourself. Start seeking information. Start taking action and actually implementing those things in relation to those goals. Doing the actual physical, tangible work is a necessity. But before you even begin to do that, you also have to be mentally in line. You have to, like I said, cut away all the extra fat in your life that's not adding value, that's just bringing you down, and really focus your mind and your thoughts and your soul onto positive things. That's envisioning your future, that's educating yourself, that's feeding your brain with positive, hopeful, insightful information that's going to get you far. For me, that means educating myself in the subject that I am proficient at and trying to get better at every day, which for me is my business of, Amazon FBA, and I also coach others to sell on Amazon. So it's two sides of that. It's the actual business side of it with Amazon, and then it's the coaching aspect, the coaching business as well, and of course putting out content for Amazon and on this second channel as well. It's all of those tangible works and developing new ideas and new things that I'm planning on doing. And then it's also other things such as, is my mind aligned with my soul? How do I feel? How do I make sure that I have a great day every single day? And how do I surpass difficulties and frustrations that might come into my life, such as something's not working out, I'm struggling with a new challenge, some family issue comes up, anything. There's just so many things, and it's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be the right place. There's always going to be issues. There's a problem if you're doing this. There's a problem if you're doing that. If you are broke, that's very difficult. If you are rich and wealthy, that's also very difficult. There's battles in every single step of life. So you just have to accept that. And the only way to do that is to realize that you have the power to deal with whatever is going on up here. That's all you need to have in line. And how I like to get that in line is by meditating daily, whether that's just sitting in silence and just calming my thoughts, or that's visualizing things, sometimes also sitting in silence or listening to some positive meditation music. I literally just type in meditation music on YouTube and just listen and think and envision about how I perceive my life to be as if I have it right now. I really am a strong advocate and believer in law of attraction, and I really practice that. I'll show you here some of the tools I use. So I have this goal notebook where every day I write down my goals and kind of envisions for my life, and it's all right here. And this really helps me. It's crazy. When I first started practicing this, I mean, amazing things came into my life. I have a whole law of attraction video that's also linked down below here, but just some amazing things. Another thing I suggest is having a vision board. This one is not done at all. I just got this poster board, and basically what I'm planning to do is to pin down photos and goals that I want to achieve for the next 3 months and next year, and maybe you know, just whatever I feel that I want to have in the close proximity. And you want to think about these things in a positive way, as if you already have them. So they're going to be photos of, you know, milestones and things, and I want to put this up so I could see it visually and just really make sure that I'm in the right state of mind. And I also listen to podcasts, and I read every day or listen to audiobooks. It's just, you're feeding whatever you can do it. Okay, if you're listening to law of attraction videos, I talk about Abraham Hicks in some of my other videos because I really love her take on law of attraction. And you literally can just put that into the YouTube search and a lot of videos will pop up about any situation you're dealing with. I like listening to her. I like reading books. Basically, whatever you put into your brain is going to control your thoughts, and that's what you have to be conscious about. So if you put in negative information from negative people that all they care about is gossiping and tearing other people down, or tearing you down, or not believing you, you're not going to achieve what you want. If you're around people that are just partying and letting life go by, that's what it's going to happen to you. If you want to be the best version of yourself and really make 2020 your year and continue that for the rest of your life, you have to understand that you really need to get right up here. There's just no other way of doing it except for that. And that might be the harsh truth and hard to accept. You might have to cut out some people from your life. You might have to make some changes to your habits, whether it's health related, whether it's socially related. You know, cut down on the partying, as I know it's like the thing to do, but I don't understand why we're teaching the younger generation to do this. It literally sets people up for failure, and that just kind of blows my mind, because that's not how I was raised. I didn't partake in that, and I'm very thankful for that, because I think that attributed to a lot of the success I have now is because I was never even interested in that type of scene, and that really paid off. And like, people from high levels look down on that, and I'm not joking. Like, it's the harsh truth, it's tough love, but people who are actually educated, that achieve something, they look at, you know, the party girls that aren't doing anything with their lives, and that's literally what they say. It's like, those are party girls that aren't doing anything with their lives, and it doesn't make you look good. And I'm honestly, I promise I'm saying this from like the warmest of places, because I am just trying to spread as much kind of positivity to us women, and I really think we need to stick together and just elevate ourselves all together. So basically, if you do that, and if you really pay attention to your goals, to the choices you're making, you're going to see, am I on the right track to being the best person I can and making 2020 the most amazing thing. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.